Dev, Samit, leave the first two rows empty.
Excuse me, everyone. Kindly leave the first two rows of seats empty, please. Thank you.
Samit, don't take attendance. Attendance sheet will be circulated. Don't take attendance. Attendance sheet will be circulated.
सालों को पूछते होंगे क्वेश्चन पूछे गए पूछते होंगे क्वेश्चन पूछे गए हाँ बैठने से
ये ना
क्वेश्चन पूछेगा क्या था
किस बात की
अरे अभी देख वो कारगिल दिवस रिलेटेड हम क्वेश्चन है तो ये देयर बी Q&A सेशन विल बी आंसरिंग क्वेश्चन अगेन विल यू आस्क क्वेश्चन नहीं यार क्या बहाने मारते हो
मेरे
यार
अब्बा का बज रहे हैं कुछ
अरे
चूक
सर इधर आओ
I request everyone to kindly leave the first two rows empty.
ये चेयर कहाँ गई इधर से
वही ना वो पीछे लेके गए हैं
ओए
कैन यू ब्रिंग दैट चेयर बोलो किसी को जो कर भी दे रहा है थैंक यू
यार बहन चो ये क्या गैप गैप चल रहा है
थैंक यू
बैठे जा रहे थे
दूसरा विनर का है। हाँ दूसरा विनर का है। लोहिताक्ष है कहाँ?
आगे कैसे बैठ गए? 2 सीट खाली।
लोहिताक्ष आया था, उसका इवेंट है।
किसी मदर को प्राइस को किसी और को प्राइस को
उसका हमने वही बोला, उसने बोला है ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ
कौन पकड़ेगा? कौन आ रहा है? कौन जा रहा है प्राइस उठाने की जगह?
लोहिताक्ष था तो इधर।
उसकी जगह कौन आ रहा है मेरे को ये बताओ।
वो उसने बोला अपने किसी फ्रेंड को वो ले लेगा रिसीव एंड
कब करेगा रिसीव?
शायद से वो आ भी जाए 11 बजे तक वो बोला था वो आ जाएगा।
11 बजे से पहले इवेंट खत्म हो जाएगा। फिर नीचे अपने नेवी वालों को ऊपर बुला देगा फटाफट। राइफल्स कहीं पे रखवा दें मेरे को नहीं पता।
ഇപ്പൊ ടി വി വേണോ? ചായ കുടിച്ചിട്ടല്ലോ സംസാരിക്കുന്ന.
The audience, please take your seats now. A few general instructions before we commence with today's event. Kindly ensure that your phones are either on airplane mode or silent. Please refrain from hooting or shouting. Kindly limit your appreciation to applause only. Good morning to one and all present here. Today, we gather here for a day that resonates deeply in the heart of every Indian citizen, the Kargil War. It is a day that invokes a blend of solemn remembrance and patriotic pride. Today, we take the time to pause and reflect on the extraordinary courage, determination, and supreme sacrifice made by the brave sons of India during the Kargil War of 1999.
Indeed, we, the youth of this nation, are the inheritors of this legacy. I am Cadet Nitya and this is Cadet Farheen, and together we have the honor of being your MCs for today. We welcome you to the Kargil War ceremony organized by One Car Naval Wing NCC at Christ Deemed to be University, Banegharta Road campus.
We are honored and privileged to welcome among us today our esteemed chief guest, Brigadier R.S. Budwar. Sir, your presence is truly inspiring. Our Dr. Venkat Narayanan Sethuraman, Head of the Department of International Studies, Political Science and History, and Sub-Lieutenant Robert Sebastian, ANO of One Car Naval Wing NCC at Christ Banegharta Road campus.
Before we move forward with today's event, allow us to take a moment to more formally introduce the distinguished dignitary who honors us with his presence today. A second-generation officer and alumni of the esteemed National Defence Academy and Indian Military Academy, Brigadier R.S. Budwar. He upholds a legacy of service, dedication and commitment to the nation. He is the Commandant and Managing Director of 5-on-5 Army Base Workshop. An expert in cybersecurity and computer systems, he holds an MTech and furthered his strategic acumen by completing the prestigious course at Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, and higher command courses from Army War College of Mount. During his illustrious career, he has earned both an MSc and an MPhil in Defence Studies.
Brigadier Budwar has demonstrated exemplary leadership across diverse and challenging terrains, from the treacherous mountains of Jammu and Kashmir to leading counter-terrorism operations in Nagaland. His global impact is marked by his role as a UN peacekeeper in Congo, Africa, and as a military attaché at the Indian Embassy in Moscow, Russia. These are positions that reflect his operational excellence and diplomatic finesse. Brigadier R.S. Budwar embodies the essence of a true leader, with a career that spans expertise, adaptability, and an unwavering commitment to both national and global service.
To open today's event and set the tone for the commemoration ahead, we now invite our ANO, Sub-Lieutenant Robert Sebastian, to deliver the welcome address. He has been a guiding light for all the cadets of One Car Naval Wing NCC, and under his mentorship, countless cadets have imbibed the ethos of discipline, honor, and service. Sir, we request you to please come forward and address the gathering.
Good morning to one and all. It is with immense honor and deep gratitude that I welcome each one of you to this solemn of proud occasion, the observance of Kargil Vijay Divas here at Christ deemed to be University, Banagata Road campus. Today, as we gather under the banner of the One Car Naval NCC, we pause to pay tribute to the unwavering courage and supreme sacrifice of the brave soldiers who laid down their lives during the Kargil War of 1999. Their gallantry, attached forever in the pages of our nation's history, continues to inspire us to uphold the values of courage, service, and patriotism. I extend a heartfelt welcome to our chief guest of the day, Brigadier R.S. Budwar sir, an officer whose service to the nation stand as a beacon of generations of cadets and citizens alike. Your presence here today adds much deserving meaning and inspiration to this event, and we feel privileged to host you, sir. On behalf of Christ deemed to be University, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. A heartfelt welcome as well to our esteemed faculty coordinator and the head of the department, Dr. Venkat Narayanan, who is the HOD, head of the Department of History, International Studies, and all the faculty members, guests, and my dear Christites. And also to the cadets and the students who are watching online, virtually across this event. Though you are not physically present here, your spirit and solidarity are deeply felt in this gathering. As we now move forward in our ceremony, it gives me great pride to invite our chief guest, a decorated officer and an inspiration to generations, Brigadier R.S. Budwar sir, to address the gathering.
Good morning, Dr. Venkat, Sub-Lieutenant Sebastian, young and giving minds, our young generation, the brightest of minds, our future of our country. A special mention to Kirit Bajaj, where is he?
Sir.
Yeah. And Nitya. Both of them had personally come to invite me. And Nitya happens to be a daughter of one of my colleagues. I saw her as a young kid, now see her as a young lady now. It indeed is a matter of honor and pride for me to come and interact with the future of our country. So what I plan to do is maybe just share a few of my thoughts, 5 to 7 minutes, and I would like to interact with you. my main motive of coming here is to motivate you guys to join Defence Forces in general and Indian Army in particular. I can tell you with my experience, like what the speaker before me brought out, I joined National Defence Academy in 1991. It's almost about 35 years now. And I come from a second generation family. One of the best careers which this country can give you is a career in Defence Forces. It's a career of dignity, good opportunities, lot of challenges. Every day there's a new challenge, new place, new location, new people, and you learn a lot of things. So as you are aware that it was on this day in 1999 that we declared victory over Pakistan, and almost 597 of our gallant soldiers, brave soldiers, laid down their lives and made the supreme sacrifice in the finest tradition of the Indian Army. But there was just a fraction of sacrifice. Remember, there are so many families who lost their sons, their brothers, husbands, fathers, so many relatives. And these families are facing this challenge since then. You know, a child losing his father, his or her father loses a life of opportunities. All of us who are on this side may not realize this, but it's the greatest sacrifices made by the families. So my request to you will be, whenever you grow up, you will all become good entrepreneurs. Maybe some of you join civil services, some of you join armed forces. Please keep this in mind. The army families, people who make their sacrifices, they leave behind their families. Please look after them in whatever way you can. Our Kargil War was just one part of it. If I have to tell you, the Indian Army actually traces its origin in the British Indian Army more than 200 years ago. And they started fighting under one flag. I will not be wrong in stating that if you see our contribution in both the world wars, World War I and World War II, both times the Axis powers, Allied powers won largely because of our contribution. I don't know how many you are aware, about 2.6 million Indian men laid down their lives overseas, whether it was Africa, it was Europe and all. All these contributions are not actually coming out in open, but it is our ancestors, people from this place, people from northern India, people from eastern India, went to foreign lands when things were very challenging, the religious biases, but still people made the supreme sacrifices, and there's a tradition of defending their own country. You must realize that army is just not a profession, it's a way of life, it is a spirit. I was asking Nitya and Prajad the other day, why have you joined NCC? Of course, for the young minds, they said we get some extra credits, it's a good way of life. But little do they realize, they've joined because they've seen their fathers growing up in uniform. Subconsciously, they feel attached to this uniform. So, it's a way of life. When I joined army, I was about 17, I joined India, I was 17 years of age, maybe slightly younger than most of you. And when you grew up with your friends, it was your festivals, your good times, your bad times to spend together. It is perhaps the only organization in a country which values merit. All of you join the defense forces just because you've cleared a particular exam, particular physical standard, particular medical test, and particular merit. You are not taken in because you belong to a particular caste, creed, religion, or region. There is no reservation in the defense forces. Secondly, we hold the values of the nation, that is secularism. Irrespective of whichever religion you belong, whichever place you come from, you have to follow the religion of your troops. Your social acceptability, the way you meet people, the way you greet people, the places you visit makes you a much better person. Your family imbibes the same kind of value. You speak different languages. You get adapted so quickly. In my 12 classes, I changed almost 14 schools. Right from Punjab till Hyderabad, to a lot of places, learned different languages, met different people, tasted many cuisines. So acceptability in the society becomes much better. It's a way of life, and the best way of life. I don't know how many of our, I'm very sure most of you have seen old Hindi movies where they show a old army officer wearing a dark colored trouser, maybe a shirt tucked in, a scarf, having a pipe. That's a stereotype, but it has a lot of value in it. Because we grow up in a disciplined environment, get up in the morning, do some physical exercise, wear a uniform, and uniform, if you see whether it's a young Jawan or the chief of the army staff, all of us wear the same uniform. It is to tell everybody that we are all equals. There is no distinction between us. We all eat the same food. We all stay in the, when there's a bunker, when you're fighting in the foul troops, you are staying in the same bunker with the Jawan, eating the same food. One more thing you should realize, Kargil War, we are remembering the fallen heroes. How many of you have ever seen Kargil? Anybody gone there? Okay. So just to bring to your notice, 9,000 feet, when the altitude becomes 9,000 above the sea level, the tree line vanishes. That means there are no trees, there are only few shrubs. Trees means oxygen. The more number of trees are there, the better oxygen you will have. Kargil War was fought on 20,000 feet, 18,000 feet, that kind of altitude, icy winds. The terrain was very rugged. And things which we take as a normal luxury, that is oxygen to breathe. How many of you have ever felt grasping for oxygen? That feeling was there. Still you are going against the odds. Fresh food, we take it as a granted thing that every 3 times a day we will get fresh food. For days there was no food. People were surviving on rations like shakar para, maybe some sugar cubes and those kind of things. No water. Hygiene, sanitation, not there. So these are very basic things which take in our life granted. But these kind of conditions we face every day. So you must understand the kind of sacrifices made by these people. But this brings to me the second point and the most important point. Facing these kind of conditions, to motivate a man or a woman to give up the life for the country is very difficult. So it requires a superhuman effort and psychological makeup to do these kind of things. And it doesn't come in one day. You have to get trained, you have to get adapted to this life. Your value system has to be emboldened. You have to feel about your country, about your battalion, about your flag. So if I have to tell you what we stand for, I'll just encapsulate in 3 lines, which was always earmarked on the IMA's rampants, which was the Chatwoodian credo, which says the safety, welfare and honor of a country comes first, always and everywhere. Your safety, welfare and honor of the men you command comes next. Your own ease, comfort and welfare comes the last. So this is the principle we follow in the Indian Army. And if I have to tell you that if today we are standing as a country, as a thriving democracy, as a superpower in making, a large contribution comes from our armed forces. When we became independent in 47, within about 6 months a war was thrust on us by Pakistan. Again in 62 by China, 65 again by Pakistan, 71 by the Bangladesh War, 99 the Kargil War, 2002 the Op Parakram. And since 50s there is insurgency which was going on in northeast. 89 the insurgency picked up in J&K. Today if there's a flood or an earthquake, everywhere army is the first responder. So we stand for the nation and we stand this because the nation is worth it. The people like you, common people, we are people's army. If you see the kind of manpower and women who join the Indian Army, they come from all walks of life. And everybody has got equal opportunity to join it. And you will find a guy who's come from a very affluent background, a guy who comes from a very socially backward background, but all of them gel well and become together as one family. So I'll request all of you to join army, at least try for joining army or serve your nation in any capacity you can do. Army is not the only way, you can do it your own way. Before I finish, I'll just give you some glimpses of army life and that I'll open the house for interaction. Any question you want to ask me, please ask. So I had already brought it out. What you see in these pictures are old army pictures wherein soldiers were drawn from various princely states. But in First World War and Second World War, they started fighting under one flag. Whatever be the reason, whether it is the flood relief operations or operations in North Africa or Europe, and everywhere the Indian Army was there. There are few of the major wars which we have fought, but every day there is a struggle. Everywhere there is a challenge by the country, whether it was a COVID challenge or the floods, earthquakes, some child falling in a well or some railway disaster, some bridge falling, everywhere Indian Army contributes. Few of my friends, of course I did not have the golden opportunity of participating, I was posted somewhere else, and as you are aware, in 99 war it was only few fraction of the forces which were mobilized. The Pakistani army was the only one who actually was fighting for the Pakistani nation, because one of the insurgents and the Pakistani regulars, they were occupying the Kargil heights, whereas as a country, India was fighting. So you would see we had the entire nation behind us, whereas our adversary, the Pakistanis, it was only the Pakistani army and some rogue elements which were actually contributing towards the war. Few of my friends, Captain Batra, you can see Colonel Anmol Kalia, and one of my squadron juniors, Captain Anuj Nair, who got an MBC, they participated in this war and laid down their lives for the country. Nowadays, even for ladies, there's a good opportunity in the army. They started joining NDA and they're getting regular commission. So I request, I see a lot of young ladies here to try and make army as one of the career options. Indian Army, if you see, is divided largely into three major categories. What you see on the first line, that is infantry, armored, artillery, and engineers, they are the fighting arms and the supporting arms. There are other supporting arms like aviation, signals, intelligence. All of them are open for all people, all kind of entries. NDA, IMA, OTA. There are technical entry schemes also. What you see in the third line, EME, ordnance, services, they are support corps which contribute in their own way towards the war-fighting effort. It's a life of leadership, very glamorous life, enough to cater for all your needs. Financially, you are very stable. You go and see various places. It's a good opportunity, not only for your own self, but your family also. When I say family, it is your wife, children, your parents, anybody who is dependent on you is looked after by the government. So today we remember the Kargil Day. We carry the spirit forward, and we request all of you to make India proud, and whichever way you can contribute to the defense forces, to their families, please do that. I'll finish my talk here, and I'm open to any questions I would like to answer. Anything you want to ask me? Yeah, please.
Sir, can you, good morning, sir. Can you please tell about your days in IMA and NDA?
Okay. So I was very fond of, like I said, saw my father wearing uniforms and got very keen on joining NDA. And when we joined NDA, the first few days, within the first 2 days, they take off all your hair, give you a crew cut. And we call maftis. Maftis is a uniform, white shirt, grey trousers and tie. That is your normal uniform. And we a group of about 15 people, youngsters who joined within the age group of about 16 to 17. And for about first 1 year, I can say 10 months, it was slightly tough physically, in the sense we were not used to running 10 to 14 kilometers. We were used to a particular life that you sleep at night and wake up in the morning. But that is where we actually came to know that your physical body is only as good as your mental strength. If you feel that I can run for 100 kilometers, you can run for 100 kilometers, even if you are not practiced. The mental strength is more important. One of the best things which India gives you is that we walk from various walks of life. Somebody came from Kerala, somebody from Andhra Pradesh, somebody from Jaipur, some of us from Punjab, Haryana. And after 3 months, all of us start looking like same guys. Haircut was similar. All our faces fat had gone. We used to like the same kind of food. We used to laugh on the same jokes, same kind of happiness, same kind of sorrows. So after the kind of bonhomie we had, still it's been almost 35 years now. We have a WhatsApp group, every day we chat, and what I have learned from India is, whatever challenge you in life, whether it is a professional problem or a personal problem, if you relate to your India days and say, if I were in India, how did I survive this situation? You will find a solution in your daily life. And it was one of the best times we could think of, because we went there, everything was looked after by the government. Everything, whether it was education, your food, your dress, your going out, everything was done well. It was a really good experience.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please.
Good morning, sir. So first of all, honored to have you here. So my question would be, how was it serving in abroad for foreign operations? So how was it serving in foreign operations, and how was it working with the foreign armies?
So I must tell you that we keep reading all this, that India is a great country, Indians are respected outside. It is only few years we have started seeing that in countries like US, UK, Europe, everywhere the Indians are doing very well. And in fact, they are controlling the narrative. This was the first-hand experience. My first experience was in Congo. I don't know how many of you know, it's a Central African country. It is the top 5 countries as far as natural resources are concerned, whether it is diamonds, tin, copper, uranium. The bombs which were put on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the uranium was extracted from Congo mines. So that is the kind of mineral wealth there. But because of the mineral wealth and the conflict between various bigger powers, it's in total mess. I'll narrate one incident. I can never forget in that life. That was a life-changing experience for me. We were in a camp, and my office was approximately maybe 50 meters away from our camp. Camp was where we used to sleep in the night, so it was 45, and there was UN office. Between the camp and the UN office, there were 50 to 60 meters of fields. There was a small village. The young boys maybe 6 to 10 years of age, they used to play football. There was no football. They used to make a football out of rags, and they used to keep playing. And as UN peacekeepers, you're not supposed to interact with the local population until it's official. because then people accuse you of taking sides and all. And you're not supposed to give them any kind of money, rations or anything. And the rations what we had was much more than what was required. So every day in the morning, when I used to go from my residence to the office, there was young boys, they used to stand here, and the Africans, they have a system of calling chief. There's a head chief. So he's the head chief, give me something to eat. So twice or thrice I told him, I can't give you anything to eat because I'm not supposed to give you. But he could oversee a camp wherein we used to make our food, and whatever was left over, we had a ditch, we used to put all the leftover in the ditch and put some mud over it. One day he told me, Chief, if you cannot give me anything to eat, please give me permission for 5 minutes to go to a dustbin and eat there. That was a life-changing experience for me. The things which you take for granted, you should consider yourself to be lucky in a country, you're born in a country like India, where there is no dearth of food, there is no dearth of sunlight, there is no dearth of water, and we are blessed with natural resources. That was my first experience. Then I realized that my bias towards that country, it is a backward country and all, once you go there and realize it is not that. Every human being wants a better future for the children. It is just the circumstances which are there. So whatever contribution you can give, we must all look towards an integrated and India, so that we don't fall prey to these kind of foreign powers. This we should always have in your mind. Greater good for our country than lesser one. Second incident, I talk about Russia. So Russia, the country where I went there, I realized that Russians have a lot of fond memories of India. It's like their bonhomie with whatever we have with Indians. And it's only tough times when we had a lot of conflict with China and other places, we were suspecting that they may not support us. But the kind of support we got from there, whether it was the government or the people, it was really great. And Indian community, anywhere they go, they make a mark for themselves. Whether best of businessmen, best of students, everything was controlled by Indians. I was very happy to note that. Yeah, please.
So you mentioned about us joining the army, but like for students like us who are not in NDA and who are not in NCC and who are wanting to join, we could only join through CDS now.
Yeah.
So and as you mentioned, it is very materialist. So how do you suggest us to prepare for it and go about it?
So you see, there are 2 or 3 stages of clearing it. First of all is the CDS common exam that you have to clear. There's a syllabus which is given on UPSC website. Please start preparing for it. And my experience has been there are 2 papers. One is maths, other is general ability. General ability, everybody who's doing fairly well can clear it. Maths is the thing which you actually need to work hard on. And not a degree of difficulty. It is the number of questions you can do in the limited time. If there are 120 questions, only 60 minutes, we're getting half a minute per question. So if you are thorough in your maths, you are able to score well. General ability, everybody generally says the same thing. Second is SSB. SSB is the place where they interview for 5 days. First day is the screening test. They show you a picture, maybe some words, and whatever you think about it, you have to write. The psychologist will analyze your mind. What are you? Are you fit for the army? Are there some negative traits for which you may not get disqualified? If you clear that test, then there is a SSB. And SSB is basically a thorough test of your personality. There you can't make out anything. You will not even be conscious of a fact that somebody is testing you. If you are interacting with 5 people and there is a topic given to you discussing, you will give your free and frank views. But the psychologist is noting what are your views, what is the personality, what is the strengths, what are the weaknesses. So there you can't help. Whatever the personality you made in 20-25 years, it's very difficult to change overnight. So that's a real test. But written, yes, with your hard work you can pass. And after that, medical test and merit. If you are able to pass the first 2, good marks in your written exam and good marks in your SSB, generally you same thing. Yeah, please.
So you mentioned your work in Nagaland against insurgency. So can you share your experience on that?
So Nagaland insurgency is a very old insurgency, and as you are aware, when we got independence in 1947, we had various states, people, 563 I think if I am not wrong, princely states and all. Everybody had their own agenda. This insurgency has been going for a very long time. But by that time I had got posted things that actually subdued, and they were looking at some peace talks and having a good association with our country. And Nagaland is a very beautiful place. How many of you have been to Northeast? Anybody? Okay. They will vouch for it. One of the most unexplored places where people are very nice. The forest wealth which we have there, the kind of wild animals which we have, I've never seen anywhere else. And people are very friendly. And it's a matter of some kind of differences which we have. I'm very sure we'll be able to solve it, and things are much better now. Anybody else? Yeah, please.
Sir, could you speak about
your hobbies amongst all the moving, shifting? How are you able to?
Okay, my actually, if you ask me, first hobby is reading, but I seldom get any time to read. So try and catch some time when I'm traveling somewhere or I've got some leave. And now my hobby, last about 15 years, has become running. Because if I don't run, I tend to put on a lot of weight. So I try and steal about 30-35 minutes every day to run. Maybe listen to some of my favorite authors, publish some podcasts while running. That has become my routine actually. Although the routine is generally very busy. 6:30 in the morning till about 8:30 in the evening, I hardly get any time. And after that, if I have to watch something, although I don't follow, I don't understand Telugu, Tamil or Malayalam, but I'm very fond of the South Indian movies, love movies. I watch them and I have a hilarious time. Yeah, please.
Firstly, sir, what is serving in army at the time of war where do you learn about the leadership under pressure? And secondly, sir, we are from commerce background. Sir, would it be a problem for us if we want to get into army with the commerce background?
No, there is no restriction on this. The only restriction could be that if you are from the commerce background, you may not be able to join technical arms like engineers, email signals, where PCM is required. That's the first mandatory thing, and BTech is required. So either you join as a BTech graduate, or once you join the army, they make you do BTech. That is not that you can't join that, but rest of the armed services you can join. There is no restriction on commerce or not. That is the first thing. And your first question, the leadership. You see, leadership, there are two schools of thought. One says that leaders are born. Others are that you can shape leaders. But I feel there is something in between. You know, there is leaders, when you are born with certain qualities. And till the time you are about 5 to 7 years of age, you imbibe from your immediate environment. It could be your parents, your grandparents, your uncle, anybody, any inspiring figure. And after that, what your environment gives you. And I'm very sure a lot of you must be, there are a lot of cadets here, but there will be some under officers, there will be some senior under officers. So the own group has thrown out a certain kind of leaders. So these appointments who have been appointed by in a common group, if they start developing the leadership skills, it will be by the state qualities, they can be in Vishram. They've been in Southern for a very long time. State qualities can be in Vishram. So leadership traits can be actually, they can be actually groomed. And leadership in army comes with a lot of experience. When you are dealing with troops, the challenges, you have to become an inspiring leader. Like I don't know how many of you have seen Field Marshal Manak Shah's quote. He says, everybody in this life is afraid. If you tell somebody that I am not afraid of dying, he is lying to you. Or he is a Gurkha who doesn't know what fear of death is. So everybody is fear, but that leadership is to overcome that fear in presence of adverse situation. And if you are calm and cool, your troops will follow it. So we follow the ethos of an army. When there is a danger, when you are leading as an officer, you say, just follow me. That is the order, that I will be the first one to go into the danger and people will follow you. And people will blindly follow you because of the faith in the leadership. Over a period of time, the kind of circumstances you undergo, some kind of training, some kind of experiences, make you a good leader. Army will give you a lot of opportunities to become a good leader. Anybody else? Please.
So we recently saw there was a conflict between India and Pakistan very recently, and there were drone attacks which were going on, and some were telling me the cyber attacks. So just wanted to know your insight on how the army thinks that the citizens should react at these states, and since it is also involving cyber, so I think if you would give some light on how we as young students also should be responsible enough.
So firstly, whatever was done in these operations, what you see in the open media, that is publicly available. What happens inside, what are the analysis, nobody will tell, nobody will come to know. That's all confidential. But I can tell you one thing. Our previous idea used to be that if you are a border town, staying a citizen in a border town, you are vulnerable to the enemy attack. Now that is not the situation. Places like Bangalore, which are deep inside Indian territory in southern peninsula, are also equally vulnerable. If you have to see from the adversary point of view, our powerhouses, Bangalore, IT hub, Hyderabad, all these become a vulnerable target. So as citizens, you should be aware that at any given point of time, you should be very, very cautious what you are doing on cyber. You are prone to, kind of hacking of your computers, your phones. They can be misused by the enemy. Please be very, very careful. And any kind of thing which you see, people sitting around you, staying around you with suspicion, you must always report it. Even if it is a iota of doubt, you never know how you can connect dots and can become bigger picture. So all of you are equally vulnerable. But if you are cautious, nothing can happen to you. And whatever way you can contribute, what you have seen right now, the way we are going as a self-reliant India, it is largely because of people like you, youngsters in Bangalore, youngsters in Hyderabad who are making these kind of things on Indian Army. So you buy from foreign countries, you are paying your own money, giving job opportunities to those people, spending extra money, and the kind of support you require may not come. If you have your homegrown technology, people working for you, everything is with us, nothing can be better than that. Yeah, please.
So, in the same Pahalgam attack situation, we saw General Bakshi expressing his emotions in national television as well, and how there is maybe an intelligence lapse in that region specifically, and there was some changes with the army forces in the sectors. So what is your opinion on that, and how do you think they...
My opinion will be very straight. Please listen to the official briefing of MOD. That is the most authentic part. Rest, every TV channel have their own interest to do that. So whatever was given by the Ministry of External Affairs and MOD, clear cut, that is the fact of it.
And sir, how do you think the army can collaborate better with the intelligence agency? Do you think there are any gaps that you feel can be improved on?
That's a question which can be answered by a much senior officer than me. I am not directly involved with these kind of functions.
Thanks.
Yeah, please.
Morning, sir. So as you mentioned, you didn't get the opportunity during Kargil War as you were deployed somewhere else. And as most new Jawans and new officers, we are all eager to be deployed. My greatest fear being, if I am in service, I do not get the opportunity to be on the front lines. How would you guide us to cope up with that?
No, see, what happens is, it is not that you don't get opportunity. It is like when you are in the army, there are certain finite number of resources. You cannot man every inch of the border. You know, there are time restrictions, there are weather restrictions, there are threat restrictions. So you generally employ maximum forces or the most potent weapons where you emphasize the maximum threat. So now, if you are having some forces at a particular point, that doesn't mean that you denude the other borders. You have to put forces there also. So it is that at a game when the war is going on or some action is going on, your area may not be addressed by the enemy, or you may not get that much of active role. So it is a matter of opportunity and luck. Like this time you would have seen the entire Ops Sindoor, it was on the Pakistan front, nothing happened on the other fronts. So it is a matter of chance and time. So it's a matter of chance and time you can't do. But yes, there are opportunities. When you are in peacetime, you are in peacetime, you can volunteer to go to a field area like JNK and all. You can volunteer to become a para commando, wherein the paratroopers are involved in all kind of operations throughout the year. So there are a lot of opportunities given to you. If you want, you can volunteer and go.
So I have one more question.
Yeah.
So what would you give us a roadmap towards joining the armed forces, especially for the physical standards and...
You are in which year now?
So I'm first year.
First year. So you have got almost about 2 years because you have to have a graduate degree the day you join IMA. So if you, let's say, when are you passing out?
So I'll be passing out in 28,
June 28. Yeah. So June 28, on 1st of June, will you have a bachelor's degree with you?
Yes, sir.
Officially, okay. So that means earliest you can join is in June of 28. So you should make it a regular habit to get up at least devote half an hour time for your physical exercise. And as a half an hour time, you should be able to run approximately 10 kilometers in about 40 to 45 minutes of time. You should be able to do at least 8 to 10 chin-ups, about 50 to 100 sit-ups. If this is what you can actually bring in your daily routine, nothing like it. That will take care of all your physical standards. Now come to your general ability and your preparation for SSB. Public speaking, confidence is very, very important. You must read good papers, get into a group discussion, try and talk about ideas. When you look at a current affairs, how many of you read newspaper every day? Newspaper doesn't mean on the mobile, not the reads. I'm talking about a physical newspaper opening and see. Only 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, out of maybe 100 people, only 5% are reading newspapers. And I know the lady who was sitting in the last, somebody raised the hand in the last row. Yeah. Who reads newspaper? Which is your favorite newspaper? So what do you read in that? Which is the favorite part? Front page, okay. So each is right. Most of us do it. But if you are preparing for army, you should look at editorial part of it. How many of you read Hindu newspaper? So Hindu newspaper is one of the best newspapers you can see, wherein every Saturday and Sunday they give you an entire elaborate view of what is happening in the world. They pick up one topic and do a good coverage of science. So when when you are reading a newspaper, you are supposed to make analyze. If this is happening, what could be the, let's say I'll ask you, right now there is a tariff competition going on between US and India. Everybody knows what is it. But as an aspirant for the Indian Army, for preparing for SP, you should know what could be the implications and what is your idea about how to overcome it. So that is the difference between knowing a news, analyzing and trying to find out what exactly has to be done. So this should become a part of a daily routine. Reading newspapers, trying to analyze what is the situation, confidence, physical thing. And last 1 year, right now I'm very sure you'll be busy with your own studies. 1 year you must prepare for that UPSC pen exam. That's very, very important. If you're a bright student, you will pass with little effort. But even if you're a bright student, if you put in hard work, you'll score very well in the written exam, then it'll improve your merit. And once your merit is improved, you'll get your own choice. So that makes a difference. The written exam in the last year, physical and reading newspapers, maybe 1 or 2 magazines, right from right now. Yeah, please.
So, I'm CC Maitri. I'm saying it specifically because we got our briefing done yesterday. So newly inducted. We basically want to know, as a leader, I want to be someone who is very approachable to my peers.
Yes.
In that sense, how will I have a very good connection with my juniors? In the sense they feel happy to have a word with me and then they learn from me.
Okay. First of all, I'll tell you, never lose your cool. You know, there'll be times you will, you'll find that why somebody is trying to approach me, why this is not my job. Anybody who's coming to you with a problem, you have to give a solution. Whether the solution, or at least the people who are coming to you should have a feeling that if I go to you, I'll get some kind of patient hearing, some kind of a workable solution. That's it. Be approachable. When I say approachable, it is 24 hours. Whether it's a mobile phone, they want to come and interact with you. And what I'm saying is not very easy. It's not very easy because it will take a lot of your personal time. Just to narrate with my life, I've got a young son who's 7 years old. So 6:30 when I get up in the morning, it is my duty to get him ready for school, to see his homework and all. And when I go to my office, till about 4 hours to 5 hours, I don't get any time. Everybody is coming, somebody with some school admission, somebody's got some pension problem, somebody from pay problem, those kind of issues. And I am very sure within my heart I know 90% I can't help them. For a very simple reason, there are some legal issues which have to be dealt at a very high level. But the very fact that I give them a patient hearing and they have a feeling that yes, we can approach and give our problem to him. So he or she has taken off the burden of her chest and given to me. That was my problem is your problem. That's good enough for you to do. And make a genuine effort to solve the problem. This will actually make you a good leader. Thank you. Yeah, anybody else? No? Yeah, please.
Kargil War is famously known as the mountain war, and we all have seen the struggles, the marches, the calmly anticipated these battles. How do you understand this? While Kargil War is too very well commemorated to be written, there are less literary canons when they talk about the martyrs, unlike the infamous partition 1947 and emergency 1975. So Kargil War is seldom studied in academic curricula as well. So what's your stand on this?
So I'll be very frank with you. This is a very major lacuna in our military history that we don't get too many military scholars to write about us. The best of accounts written about any kind of conflicts in the subcontinent is all European authors. And my personal feeling that very few authors write a balanced view. You know, war is such a thing, and nobody can claim perfect victory or perfect loss. Nobody will ever accept loss. Everybody will claim victory. So you have to decipher when you read two different views of a particular conflict. You have to make up your own mind with experience what could be the middle path or the truth. So my personal opinion is seldom do you get a very authentic account of any kind of a thing. It's only, right now in few years people have started looking at military history and conflict as a major area study in India, and we're getting a lot of good authors. People go on ground and find out things. But it's very difficult to decipher in the fog of war what is right and what is wrong, and what is the way we should actually account for our military history.
Do you also think that there is a political strife in war?
Politics is beyond my purview. I don't think so. We are there to comment on that. But I'm just talking from a military point of view that there are different accounts, and you have to decipher for yourself by the experience that what could be right or what could be a workable solution, what could have actually happened on the ground. No questions? Thank you. My only advice to the ladies is, it's also a very good, the best husband you'll get are army officers. Best life for any lady, a good social life, life of respect. I don't know how many of you are aware, even a lieutenant wife is sitting in a room, there are officers sitting in a general sitting in the room. If a lieutenant's wife walks in, the general also gets up and greets her. Seldom you will find this kind of respect for the ladies anywhere. And that is not because of any other reason. That is because what I brought out earlier, that maximum sacrifices are made by the ladies and the children. They are brought up, when the officers and men are deployed in the field, they stay back in good areas, look after the education of the children, look after the entire family. So contribution of the ladies and children is also immense in army. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for a word that inspire, motivate, and ground us in the purpose of today's event. Art often speaks the language of the soul, and today we present a dance performance dedicated to the spirit of India, resilient, graceful, and unwavering. I now invite Cadet Zara Lewis and Cadet Tejasri Jain to take the stage for this special tribute.
चंद्रचूड शिवशंकर पार्वती रमण निनगे नमो नमः चंद्रचूड शिवशंकर पार्वती रमण निनगे नमो नमः सुंदरतर विराग धर सुंदरतर विराग गंगाधर गज चर्मावर गंगाधर गज चर्मावर चंद्रचूड शिवशंकर पार्वती
That was indeed a graceful performance. Now moving on the occasion of the Kargil Vijay Divas, a debate competition was organized by One Car Naval Wing NCC on 21st July 2025. The motion of the debate was nationalism. Does it serve to unite or to divide? The debate provided valuable insights into the minds of our youth, and we are thrilled to celebrate their achievements today. I would now like to invite Brigadier R.S. Budwar and Sub-Lieutenant Robert Sebastian to kindly come onto the stage to present the awards to the winner of our debate competition.
The prize for the most commendable speaker goes to Khyati Chawla of 1 BA Political Science. Moving forward, the award for the best speaker goes to Lohitaksh Mukherjee of 3 BA Economics. Thank you, sir.
Now, we are honored to invite Dr. Venkat Narayanan S., Head of the Department of International Studies, Political Science and History of Christ, deemed to the University Bannerghatta Road campus to address the gathering. A true academician, a thought leader, and an unwavering supporter of youth-led initiatives, Sir has been a pillar of strength for our campus community. Sir, may we now request you to share your reflections and blessings with us.
Respected Brigadier Budwar, Sub-Lieutenant Robert, Dr. Vijayalia, and my dear students. We thank you for sharing your experience and also inspiring our students to be part of this noble profession of army. As we all know that as students of many of them are from political science, history, economics and all these social science subjects, many of them know that patriotism involves sacrifice, commitment, integrity. All this is a very, very significant aspect of a patriotism. Patriotism doesn't distinguish based on caste, religion or ethnicity. A classical example is the army. Armed forces are the classical example where they try to exhibit that without any kind of differences. For any army to, as already Brigadier has already told us, for army to function in an effective manner, we have to be patriotic within the civil society also. If we don't keep the peace and tranquility in the state, within the country, it will be difficult for army to function in an effective manner. So patriotism, you can either join the army as he suggested and serve the country, or whichever profession, whatever you're trying to do that, try to exhibit your patriotism. That is very, very important. Whatever you do, show your commitment. Show your integrity, show your honesty. That is very, very important for us to grow together. That is very, very important. So, Army, the armed forces is a classical example for us to emulate in our daily life. So, thank you for inspiring us, and thank you for, I hope all the students would have got some kind of a direction how to move about whichever profession they are going to do that one. They will be following that one. It will be really helpful for all the students, and thank you for addressing our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for words that inspire and uplift. We now present a commemorative film, a heartfelt tribute to the brave hearts of Kargil. Let their courage inspire us, their memory motivate us, and their legacy live on forever.
मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी जिद से जुनून तक रह जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी जिद से जुनून तक रह जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा
Dearest Papa, Mama, by the time you get this letter, I'll be observing you all from the sky, enjoying the hospitality of Apsaras. I have no regrets. In fact, even if I become a human again, I will join the army and fight for my nation. If you can please come and see where the Indian Army fought for your tomorrow. As far as the unit is concerned, the new chaps should be told about this sacrifice. I hope my photo will be kept in the Alpha Company Mandir with Karni Mata. Whatever can be taken should be done. He also writes that contribute some money to orphanage and keep on giving some rupees to Ruxana per month and meet Yogi Baba. Best of luck to Buddy and never forget this sacrifice of these men.
मैं लड़ जाना है
We now invite Sub-Lieutenant Robert Sebastian to present a token of appreciation to Brigadier R.S. Budwar in honor of his presence here today.
Somebody asked me about tenure in Russia. So one of the best traditions I saw there was each of the cities has got war memorials. And whenever there is a major function in the family, whether it's a marriage, childbirth, or baptism, they all come to the war memorial and pay their respects. We all go to temples and visit various religious places. I'd request you, you can start doing this and go and visit your local war memorial wherever you get a time. You will actually pay a great tribute to the soldiers who have fallen to the country. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. No event is complete without gratitude. As we draw this event to a close, we now invite Senior Cadet Captain Tanish Bajaj to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. I am Senior Cadet Captain Tanish Bajaj. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to deliver the vote of thanks as we draw this solemn and inspiring commemoration of Kargil Vijay Divas to a close. First and foremost, I extend our deepest gratitude to our Chief Guest, Brigadier R.S. Budwar, for gracing us with his presence today. Sir, your words were more than a speech. They were a reminder of the courage, sacrifice and unwavering spirit that defines our armed forces. Your reflection helped left an indelible mark on every heart present here. A very special note to gratitude to our director, Father Josie P. George, RD, Dr. Jyoti Kumar, for their steadfast guidance, vision and encouragement that enabled us to organize this event with a solemnity and purpose. We express our heartfelt appreciation to our commanding officer of 1 Karnataka Naval Unit, Captain Manikanda Nambia, as well as to Dr. Venkat Narayanan S., Head of Department of International Studies, Political Science and History, for his constant support and encouragement. A special note to our ANO Sub-Lieutenant Robert Sebastian, whose vision and leadership have guided every aspect of this event and continues to not just to be a mentor but a role model, one who instills in us the value of integrity, discipline and unwavering commitment to nation building. We are also sincerely grateful to the faculty members and administrative staff of Christ Deemed University, Banagatta Road campus for their constant cooperation and assistance in making today's commemoration meaningful and dignified. Our appreciation goes to the cadets of 1 Karnataka Naval Unit, whose hard work, discipline and passion for service were very evident in every detail, be it coordination, cultural performance or ceremony. A special thank you is due to our technical and logistics team for smooth operation behind the scene with precision and professionalism. To the students, participants and proud citizens watching this program, both on ground and online, your presence reforms the unity and reverence that this day demands. Thank you for joining us in remembering the bravery of our soldiers and honoring the immortal legacy. As we conclude today's event, let us carry the legacy of Kargil not just in memory, but in action. Let it reflect.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
With this, we come to the end of today's event. This is your MC Fahim.
And Nitya.